Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Andrew Discusses, and today I'm going to talk about something that was brought to my attention via looking up some Yu-Gi-Oh shit on YouTube. Now, okay, I know a lot of you are going to go, Andrew, you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Well, technically I'm not, but in all honesty, my very first rant video that I've ever done was on was a Yu-Gi-Oh related one. And I've made a few. Them banning Ancient Fairy Dragon still pisses me off. What did she ever do to you people at Konami? I still want to know what she ever did to you. You're breaking Luna's heart. But anyway, I was just looking up some, like, how to make your own dual discs and things like that. And, you know, some fun stuff, because I get a bunch of cardboard and that from work. Leftover pieces and that I take that aren't in really bad shape that I can use to, like, you know, level off some furniture or fix some pieces of stuff here and there in the house, you know, reinforce a picture frame, stuff like that. And it's technically trash, so I'm recycling it. And my supervisor's fine with it, so yeah, and it's less trash that we're throwing out, and it's actually something that's, you know, being reused. So reduce, reuse, recycle. Come on, boys and girls. We all know this song. This was drilled into our heads in high school, and even in school. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So it's true. So anyway, I was looking up how to make a dual disc and, you know, kind of get some ideas, because there are some people that make some really cool ones out of cardboard, and I kind of want to get an idea of how they do that, because I kind of like to give it a shot myself. I mean, I used to have two of the dual discs, and I sold them both on eBay, ironically, because I needed the money at the time. And ironically, they went very well, because those things are really sought after. And I'm like, you know, this is really cool. And I was looking at this, and I'm like, you know, I can make a dual disc. I mean, I got cardboard out my ass. I can make a dual disc, and I can even get cardboard if I'd have to. I could just go to, like, Walmart or something, buy a box, or just, you know, get some corrugated cardboard or something. You can buy it on eBay. It's actually not that expensive. It's almost like PVC pipe in a way. It's not that expensive to buy cardboard. So I'm like, I'm going to look into this. Well, in looking this up, I ended up coming across what I'd have to say is one of the coolest ideas out there. And I know I put this up, I'm pretty sure I shared the channel on my, yeah, I did. I shared it on Twitter. Because if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, if you've always wanted to duel with the monsters in like a holographic projection reality and not just have them sitting there on your tabletop doing nothing, well, aside from getting one of the freaking games you could easily get, one of the cooler ideas you could do would be to wait until this project gets done. Because there's a project out there that they're actually working on to make virtual reality Yu-Gi-Oh. All right. I know, you're saying, Andrew, you're blowing smoke up your own ass. No, I'm not, actually. It's called Project ATEM. Now, for those of you that have ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh at all, you'll know what I'm talking about. ATEM was the name of the pharaoh that was part of Yugi. There you go. Seriously. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is really cool. And I'm really looking at it, I'm like, you know, this is really interesting. This is a really unique idea. And as I'm looking into more and more of it, I'm like, this is really cool. And I've watched a few videos on it, other people talking about it. And I've actually watched videos from the YouTube channel themselves. And by the way, I haven't actually reached out to them. They don't even know I'm doing this video. I just really want to discuss this because this thing is cool. Okay? I have always wanted to have, like, the similar reality that they have had in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. That is the one thing that I have bitched about for the longest time, is why can't we have that? You know, why don't we have, you know, dual discs? Why can't we get, you know, figure this stuff out? I mean, for the technology that we have nowadays, okay, sure, we're not going to put, like, $2,000 worth of tech into a toy for kids. Oh, wait, we do. It's called a fucking tablet and a smartphone. So, it's like, that argument isn't even valid anymore. Despite what they want to say, it's not even valid anymore. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a really cool idea. And I just want to kind of give a lot of praise to them. I'm not showing any of their stuff because obviously copyright claims, stuff like that. This is more of I'm just, you know, spreading the word about this. This thing is kick-ass. This is seriously kick-ass. And I'm not gonna lie. I think this is a cool project, and I'm really hoping that Konami sees this and looks at this and goes, "Huh? You know, we've been looking for something to really help boost this. We should put some investment into this." I mean, Konami has all the card data. Literally, they have all the card data. You'd have to go around and get a bunch of the models made. Now, if you do pull up the videos on this, if you do pull up his videos, there are models in that used in the 3D imaging. They're from GameCube and 3DS games, because those are the only ones that actually have like the 3D model you can use. So this would be something that Konami could look into this and go, huh, this could be some R&D here. Now, as for visualizing it, it's pretty much like the last I saw, the last video that I had watched about it, they're working on a dual gazer in a way to kind of give you the ability to see the monsters and all that. So there is that eventually coming down the pipeline, but you can have like your digitized deck. You can actually duel. It would almost be like what Duel Links hoped and prayed it could be, but failed miserably to become. I mean, I'm being serious. I still remember that commercial for freaking Duel Links before it came out. It's like, oh yeah, I'm having this random match in a park playing, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the old people used to play chess in the park. And then I'm walking to the bus stop and, oh yeah, look, here's the duel. I'm going to duel you in my virtual reality. And I beat your ass. And I'm like, okay, you were like majorly upselling this thing when it first came out. And yeah, all right, I'm giving Duel Links another shot because I have been told by so many articles and so many other people talking about it that, hey, it has really gotten better since it originally debuted. If you had issues with it beforehand, granted, they're saying it kind of feels more play to win or pay to win, but, if you don't really care, you could probably get away with playing this. So I'm trying it again once it downloads. 552 things of like 2,000 some megabyte downloads. It's almost like 2 freaking gigs. Actually, it's a little over 2 gigs. So I got to download that before I can even do anything. So, yay! Oh, joy! I can't even begin to tell you how annoying that is. But anyway, this is like a game that has like a 2 gig download. Well, yeah, but to be fair, I didn't play it for like a few years. So if I would have, it's like up to its 4th year, I think now. And I know I played it when it first came out. I should have just kept it and just kept updating the damn thing. But then I ended up switching tablets, so I would have had to do it again anyway. But either way, this Project ATEM that they're working on, this is really cool. And it's something that I honestly think should get the word spread out so more people learn about it. Because there might be somebody out there that could be really good at coding and could give this person a hand. There could be somebody out there that could be like, hey, I can make 3D models and could give them a hand. So like spreading the word about this can help bolster more of it and then pop it right there on their front door. I mean, this thing is cool. And I honestly think Konami should wake the hell up on this. Look at this and go, oh my god. Okay, so we, in the worst case scenario would be Konami sees this and goes, hey, copyright infringement on our property, and sues the shit out of the poor person, which, if that happens, you better believe there'll be a rant video. Oh my god, there'll be a rant video. I mean, it's a passion project. It's a labor of love. It's basically somebody doing something, on their own. For fun. They're not making any money. They're not making profit. It's like fan art. It's basically a digital app fan art in a way. But I can just see Konami now. It's like, oh no, copyright infringement. It's ours. You cannot take it. And that would be horrible. But in all honesty, this is something that's really cool. And if you're a massive fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I highly recommend checking out the videos. I'm going to leave a link to the channel in the description. You can go check it out. It's Project ATEM. It's ATEM. Honestly, this is really cool. I'm not going to lie. This is a very, very impressive project. And hats off to the one that created me. I mean, this is something that if I would have the ingenuity, I'd actually love to try my hand at creating. But I am not that good. When I had to learn how to code websites, when I went to school for web design, it was like, yeah, using the programs is so much easier. And why is it so much easier? Oh, because coding is a bitch. It is a literal nightmare to code shit. Honest to God, it is. I mean, I still have the code to make, that you put in the notepad. You can like make your own website that way. I still kind of know how to do it, but I'm out of practice on it massively. And in all honesty, I only remember like the basic. I can make like a basic page. To like really go into the high advanced stuff, I actually had to, use the one program for the one project, and we're like, oh, you have to make it in code. And I even explained to the teacher that every time I tried. Every time, and I even showed it to him because I said, here's the one beforehand. I said, and here it is after. I said, that's why I kept both of these here. And I showed him every time I went in and I did it this way. Then I'm like, here, this is me, using it this way and doing it with the code. The table would get really messed up. I said, every single time. I said, so what I did was I did the same thing with this to try to see what I'm doing wrong, to compare the two of them, and it's the exact same. I did it the exact same way, but for some reason, when I did it in code, it would not take the table. It kept screwing the table up, but when I did it in the program, it didn't screw the table up. And the teacher was like, okay, I'm going to look into this. It's like, I still passed because he even admitted, okay, yeah, he couldn't figure out what was causing the glitch. He actually was like, then, he ran it through a program to see if there was an error or something. There was no errors coming up. There was no glitches coming up. Same table, same, and nothing. It just would not load when I did it in code. But when I did it through the program, I think it was Dreamweaver at the time, it worked. And it's like, yeah, okay, there's something highly wrong here. And I'm like, yeah, because I just told him, I said, I could not get it to work. No matter what I did, it would not work. And I wasn't lying. I was being honest. No matter what I did, it would not work. It would not take the table. And yeah, but so I can safely say that when it comes to coding, I suck royally at it. But this is something that's really cool. Not gonna lie. And if you could actually, I mean, if this Project ATEM takes off and, if Konami would actually get up off their ass, look at this and go, oh my god, we can make money from this. Don't try to squash this. We can make money from this. And, backs this guy up with, like, oh, here's a butt ton of money. Here's some R&D. What do you need? Just tell us what you need. We'll shovel it up your ass. I don't know. I came out way wrong, but you get my point. This would definitely be something that I could see making Konami a shit ton of money in multiple ways. I mean, you could sell this as an add-on in a way like, here, experience Yu-Gi-Oh! In the newest way possible. And actually come up with a way to do it for, like, people with glasses like me, like a little, like, attachment that you can just, like, slip on, sort of like a clip-on sunglass thing, where I could just, like, literally clip it onto, like, one of my... or just like clip it onto both of my my lenses, sort of like clip-on sunglasses in a way. And then I can experience 3D Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like everybody else. In fact, to me, there's your idea. If you really want to, there's your idea. Make it clip-on, like you just spring and it clips on, and make it Bluetooth or something. That'd be cool. Because I remember like I said, the last video that I saw, there was the person I was talking about said that they kind of want to have an idea to, how did they word it? To figure out a way to connect, like, the dual gazer to the system. And the first thing I was thinking of was Bluetooth, because you have, like, Bluetooth headsets that can connect to, tablets and smartphones. Why not Bluetooth? I mean, fucking Bluetooth's everywhere. I mean, hell, I actually have it on my old school ass phone, and I actually use it on my old school phone. I have a flip phone. I don't have a smartphone. I have a flip phone. And I actually have, there's Bluetooth on this, and I have actually used it to, like, move images off of my, let's say images and some video off of my phone onto, like, my computer. So it does work. I'm not lying. Of course, I go through that to my tablet, then to my tablet to, I could have to cheese it in a way, but it does work. And I actually used it to get a picture off my mom's old phone and put it onto her new phone, because her old phone had Bluetooth. Her newer phone that she got years ago had Bluetooth, so I'm like, oh, here. And that was my first experiment, and I got it to work. And I'm like, okay, here, problem solved. Here's your picture. And she saved it. She's like, oh my God, that's so perfect. And yeah, but there's your idea, Bluetooth. You can use that to kind of help with this. Of course, Konami could get involved, and they could really help this out. Of course, though, the ultimate downside of this would probably be the price tag. I mean, this thing would probably be a couple $100. I hate to say it, at like the end of the day, because you'd have like touchscreen technology. At least, I'd almost say at least 16 gigs of RAM, if not 32. Sorry, well, no, 16, 32 gigabyte memory. RAM, you'd have to have at least 3 gig in there. It would basically be an overglorified smartphone in a way, but you would seriously be looking at least 16 to 32 gigabytes of storage, and at least 3 gig RAM to run that smoothly. Now, most phones, though, that's not a problem. So just like, for that point, I would just be talking with a, phone provider and just go that route, or a phone manufacturer and just go that route and go, hey, yeah, you want to make some smartphones for us? We need some like this, but it doesn't have to have call technicality. It just needs to have Bluetooth and touchscreen. There's a lot of stuff we can pull off of this. There's a lot of stuff we can remove from this. Doesn't need to have a call. Don't need to have cell tower connection. I would go Wi-Fi, at least for updating your system. Like, this would be a one-time buy, and it could just like update itself. Like, okay, here we're gonna remove the old data, put the new data on. We're gonna we're gonna compress this to make it a little, save on space down the road. So, like, let's say it would have to update. You update it via Wi-Fi, or you could actually or even like figure out a way to hardline that with like a USB to Ethernet connector. I don't know. They actually do have those. I was amazed they actually have those. I did not think that existed, but it does. Then again, almost everything I could think of exists at some point somewhere down the road. Almost everything I could think of exists. But what I would do is just basically have like a connector like that. Then when you update it, at some point it can go, oh, here, we're going to condense the files down to make them smaller, to make this, a little save on space on this. Because then it's like we're always adding cards, like newer gimmicks, like, hey, we want to do a speed duel. Okay, you can activate speed duel mode, and speed duel mode would take up, X amount of space. Master duel would take up X amount of space, and you could go that route. Or, hey, we want to just have, it's like, okay, this one's only Master Duel compatible. This one's Master Duel and Speed Duel compatible. And have that one be like 100-something, gigabytes or something. It's one of those questionable things. You'd have to really figure it out, but it's doable. And I want to say it's doable. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this project takes off. This actually is a pretty cool and unique idea. Like I said, check it out. I'm leaving a link in the description to their channel. Really cool channel, by the way. Project ATEM. It's project A.T.E.M. Really cool. Hope it takes off. I really do. And so, yeah, that's about all I got. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going on this. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Discusses.